Welcome back to another explainer. All right, today we're doing a deep dive into a brand new, highly anticipated private label rights package that just hit the market. It's called the Reinvention Masterplan. Now, if you're a digital product creator, a coach, or a B2B marketer who's trying to scale your content quickly, you already know how absolutely crucial it is to have high-quality assets ready to deploy at a moment's notice. So today, we're going to look right under the hood of this launch to see exactly what makes it tick, how the whole thing is structured, and, most importantly, whether it actually delivers on its big promises.
So here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the evergreen reinvention niche, then head inside the master plan package, look at 5 commercial use cases, spend some time unpacking the sales funnel, and wrap up with our final verdict and review.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the evergreen reinvention niche and why fresh starts sell year-round.
You know, when we think about personal change, our minds usually go straight to seasonal trends, right? Things like New Year's resolutions. But reinvention isn't seasonal at all. It's actually driven by everyday life events. People are out there seeking structured guidance for a fresh start literally every single day of the year. I mean, think about it. They go through a layoff, a sudden breakup, a milestone birthday, or maybe just this quiet realization that their current routines just don't fit anymore. For a digital creator, this is massive. It means you have constant, year-round traffic potential without ever having to rely on those fleeting seasonal trends.
And what's really interesting about this specific product is how it positions itself entirely differently from the rest of the market. A lot of the advice out there kind of swings to extremes, doesn't it? It's either this dramatic, panic-inducing, burn your whole life down narrative, or it's just really vague encouragement. But the Reinvention Master Plan is built on mature, reflective guidance. It really focuses on recognizing when change is needed, but without creating a crisis. It helps people thoughtfully let go of outdated roles. It's just a much more grounded approach that speaks to real, sustainable growth.
Let's move on to Section 2, inside the Master Plan package. What buyers actually get.
And wow, this isn't some dusty 5-page PLR PDF from 2012. We are talking about a massive 11-module multimedia ecosystem. It includes everything from research-backed written lessons all the way to video and audio formats, presentation slides, and a complete suite of marketing materials. It's literally a business in a box. Now, to put things into perspective, the vendor states the total real value of all 11 modules combined is a whopping $2,837. They're obviously setting a really high anchor point here to demonstrate the immense amount of time, energy, and money it would normally take for you to create all these assets from scratch yourself. But, and this is a big but, the actual front-end price for this entire package is just a fixed $12.98. Yep, under $13. And just to be totally clear, this is a fixed price, not one of those dime sales that ticks up every hour. You are getting access to that entire 11-module ecosystem for less than the cost of lunch. So you might be wondering, why on earth would they price it so low?
Well, the core strategy here is that the vendor has designed this entire package to act as a tripwire. It's intentionally built to filter out the freebie seekers and instantly turn cold visitors into paying, trusting customers. It essentially acts as a completely done-for-you customer acquisition tool for your business.
Let's rapidly break down some of the most valuable assets you're getting for that tripwire price. You get 10 professionally produced MP4 video lessons that are concise, visually clear, and completely ready to use right out of the gate. On top of that, you get the fully editable Photoshop source graphics for the e-covers. This is a real game changer because it means you can instantly rebrand the entire program as your own without having to shell out cash for a freelance graphic designer. Running out the core package, you're getting the written lessons, you get the MP3 audios, which are perfect for learning on the go, and perfectly aligned PowerPoint decks. Add in the high-impact sales pages, banner graphics, and email swipes, and you essentially bypass all the tedious technical setup. The whole shebang is practically done for you.
Now, let's talk rules. The private label rights license is strict, but honestly, it's fair. You can rebrand, edit, and sell the final PDF and MP4 files however you choose. You want to add them to a paid membership site or bundle them up? Go for it. However, you cannot sell or give away the editable source files, like the Word docs or the Photoshop files, and you cannot transfer resale rights to anyone else. You control the finished products, which is great because it actually protects the overall value of the source material.
All right, on to Section 3, 5 commercial use cases. Let's see how to actually monetize this package.
Because self-help content is just so incredibly versatile, here are 5 specific commercial strategies you can use for this package. First, you could bundle the videos and PDFs together and sell them as a standalone front-end mini-course.
Second, you could do exactly what the vendor did and plug this right in as a low-ticket tripwire to lead people into your higher-priced coaching or services. Third, you can give away 1 or 2 modules as a high-value lead magnet to rapidly build your email list. Fourth, you could easily break those 10 written lessons down into an automated email sequence. And fifth, you can simply upload the finished MP4s and PDFs to a paid membership site to add instant tangible value for your subscribers. The flexibility here is pretty incredible for sure.
Which brings us to Section 4, Unpacking the Sales Funnel, a deep dive into the pricing strategy.
Let's break down the math here, because it gets interesting. The front-end package is $12.98, and if you promote it as an affiliate, you'd make a massive 70% commission on that. But the funnel gets much deeper. There are upsells ranging from $19 to $197. Now, interestingly, this funnel uniquely cross-promotes a second, related product line called Happiness Restart. And at the very end of the line, there is a high-ticket bump offer for $1,000. And the absolute best part? That 70% commission rate applies across the entire board. That means a single customer could potentially yield a very significant payout for you if they move all the way through the funnel.
And finally, Section 5, Final Verdict and Review. Is it actually worth the investment?
Okay, time for a quick honesty hook. Since this product officially launches today, July 3, 2026, there are absolutely 0 verified buyer reviews out there yet. We believe in radical transparency on this explainer, so we are completely ignoring any of those hyped-up, unverified testimonials you might see floating around elsewhere. We are judging this purely on the raw merit of the assets provided.
So weighing it all out, on the pro side, you are getting a completely done-for-you tripwire setup loaded with highly versatile multimedia formats, and it's all backed by a really generous 70% commission rate. On the con side, though, the PLL license is fairly restrictive since you can't sell those source files or pass on the resale rights. Also, the sales funnel itself is a little bit complex. Because it cross-promotes a totally different product, that Happiness Restart line, it might actually confuse some buyers who are just trying to navigate the upsells.
One really reassuring thing to keep in mind, though, is the creator's track record. PLR Experts has a long, highly consistent run of weekly PLR Firesale titles in the self-help space. You might know titles like Fearless Living Formula or Resilience Reloaded. So while this specific launch is brand new today, their established production pipeline strongly suggests a very reliable, consistent level of quality that buyers have come to expect.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on for your own business. Is this $12.98 tripwire the missing puzzle piece you've been looking for to finally scale your digital product funnel? Only you can decide if it actually fits your current strategy, but honestly, the sheer volume of assets provided up front gives you plenty to work with. Thank you so much for joining me on this